Maybe if I can do it this way. There's darkness again.
Yeah, but oh, it's better. It's better. Let me wait. I will ask the audience. So we are live now. I will just give it a few minutes before we start. It's better now. It's better.
Maybe we can use this.
Yeah, it's okay. Uh, mm, mm, mm. It's 1 p.m., so I'm going to start the session. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. Before we start the session, can you please confirm if you can see me and if you can see Peter, and also if we are audible? Please confirm in the chat if you can see us and also if you can hear me. We have some people who have already joined us. Thank you so much for joining. Can you see us and can you hear me? Okay, there's a confirmation here. Can see and hear. All right, now that we have a confirmation that you can see us and you can hear us, we are going to get started. Today we are going to talk about PhD life in Mauritius. I have a fellow student who is doing his PhD at the University of Technology Mauritius, my university. We are both under the math scholarship and we met at the university. I thought I should invite him to come and share his experience so that you can get a different perspective, a different experience from someone who is doing PhD. I am on an MPhil PhD program. He is on a direct PhD program. There's a difference. There's a difference between MPhil and PhD and a direct PhD. So he will share more about that, about his own experience as a direct PhD student. So I have a couple of things that I would like you to do before I invite Peter to share with you. The first thing is that on the screen you will see a QR code. I know some people are not comfortable with sharing publicly. Maybe you don't want to ask questions publicly. You prefer getting help privately. That's okay. You can scan the QR code and book a one-on-one session. I'll be happy to assist you with your transition or with your application to Mauritius. And then the second thing that I would like you to do is that there is a poll. Here is the poll. I'm going to move the poll to my top right. Yeah, there is a poll there. Can you please take part in the poll and let us know what part of the PhD application journey is the most difficult for you? Is it the scholarship application? Is it finding a PhD supervisor? Is it writing a research proposal? Or is it getting admission? That will help us to know about the kind of challenges that you are facing. And that will also help with ideas for the next video. I don't know why my video is blurry. Okay, I think it's okay now. All right, so we are going to get started. I have a couple of questions for Peter, but if you have your own questions or if you have some comments, you can let us know in the comment section and I'll display your question or your comment on the screen. Then give Peter a chance to address your question or your comment. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go to the first question that we have for you, Peter, is to introduce yourself, just to give us a bit of a background about who you are.
Okay, thank you for having me, Julius. Good afternoon, audiences. My name is Peter Makaya, and I'm currently PhD student at the University of Technology, Mauritius, under the Mauritius-Africa Scholarship Scheme, MAS. Academically, I hold a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Zimbabwe, a postgraduate diploma in education, and a master's in special needs education from the Open University. I also earned a certificate in public health planning for hearing impairment from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. My research interests include dyslexia, autism, inclusive education, curriculum development, and teacher professional development. To date, I have published um, 5 academic papers, and I am passionate about conducting research that contributes to improving educational outcomes for learners with diverse needs. I think that's all about myself.
Okay. Thank you so much for that introduction. 5 publications. Wow.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about, yeah, that's quite a lot. 5 publications is a lot. We'll talk about your publications later on. Right now, I would like to know what motivated you to choose Mauritius for your PhD studies.
Well. Several factors influenced my decision. The first one, Mauritius has established itself an emerging hub for quality higher education in Africa, with the internationally recognized universities and a multicultural academic environment. The second one is that the Mauritius-Africa Scholarship Scheme offers an excellent opportunity for African students to pursue postgraduate studies with the financial support, making quality education more accessible. Then finally, I found a supervisor whose research interests closely aligned with mine. I believe that choosing the right supervisor is just as important as choosing the right university, because a strong supervisor student relationship significantly influence the the bond between the student and the supervisor.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Can you share how you identified a supervisor? Because you mentioned that it's very important to choose a good supervisor and also to choose a good university. How did you identify your supervisor, and what made you choose the supervisor as well as the university?
Okay, what made me choose my supervisor is that I think maybe it goes hand in hand with how the procedure of applying the master scholarship was like. Was when you have to choose a supervisor, you go to the university website. There are a list of potential supervisors there. Then you go through their profiles, their publications. So I met a supervisor whose research interest fit my research interest. That's how I came to meet my supervisor.
Okay, okay. And then the university? What made you choose UTM?
What made me choose UTM is that number one, it is a renowned experience of providing excellent uh, quality education. Number one,
Yeah.
uh, that's where also I find my supervisor there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay, all right. I would like to add on what Peter said about finding a supervisor. It's correct. First, you have to go to the university. Normally, on the university website, they have where a section for academic staff. So you go there and check the professors, the lecturers that are there. You browse through their profiles and identify the ones that are in your field or that have the same research interest as you. Sometimes you will not find like a professor or a lecturer who has the exact research interest, but they are within the same field. Like, for example, in my case, my research is on mental health in higher education. I did not find I did not find supervisors who are specifically focused on mental health, but they are in health. Their specialties are in health, and they could take a mental health student. So when you are going through the list on the university website, don't just look for someone who exactly matches your research interest, but if you don't find that person, then try to look for those who are in the same field or in the same research area that you are looking for. Otherwise, if you are going to look for somebody specific, if you are just going to be focused on someone very specific, then you might not find a supervisor. Okay. I don't know if there are any questions in the comments before we proceed to the next question. And please let us know where you are joining from. We have someone from Botswana. Thank you for joining us. Let us know where you are joining from. We would like to know who is with us today. So I'm going to move to the second question. If there are no questions yet, there are no questions yet in the chat. I hope you are listening and paying attention. If you have a question, please let us know in the comments. So the next question is that can you walk us through the mass scholarship application process from a PhD perspective? What did you go through in terms of the application process? What did you do? How did you arrive to where you are today?
Okay. Certainly. My experience followed several important steps, but I hope I will talk maybe six major steps I took to apply for mass scholarship. Carefully read the mass scholarship advertisement released through your country's official nominating agents. In my case, the scholarship was advertised through the Zimbabwe Public Service Commission, which serves as the official nominating agent. It is important to note that MAS only accepts applications submitted through your country's designated nominating agents. Individual applications sent directly to MAS are generally not considered. Step number two, I can say, develop a strong and competitive research proposal for PhD applicants. Your proposal is arguably the most important document because it demonstrates your research problem, research objectives, methodology, originality, and potential contribution to knowledge. Step number 3, identify a potential supervisor. Like as I said, whose expertise aligns with your proposed research topic. Step number 4, send a professional email to the prospective supervisor, introducing yourself, explaining your research interests, demonstrating how your proposed study aligns with their research expertise. Then attach your research proposal and academic documents. In my experience, some supervisors are willing to provide valuable feedback on your proposal before submission, which can significantly strengthen your application. Then apply for admission to your chosen university. Step number 6, once your university application is underway, submit your master's scholarship application through your country's nominating agents, ensuring all the required documents are complete and submitted before the deadline. I think that's how my experience for mass scholarship um, application underway.
Yeah, that's very correct. I like that you stressed that the applications are made through a nominating agency. The scholarship is quite different from other scholarship applications. Other scholarships, yes, you apply directly on the portal, on the online portal, but with the mass one, it's quite different. There is no online application portal. You send your application through the nominating agency. You do not send your application directly to the ministry here in Mauritius. Otherwise, it will not be considered. And then also, one important thing that he mentioned was a strong and a competitive proposal. For you to get admission into a PhD program, you need a research proposal. And also to secure a supervisor, you need a research proposal. I like the steps. First, you the advert. Secondly, you prepare your proposal. And 3, you reach out to a supervisor. You do not reach out to supervisors without a research proposal, because they are likely going to ask you to share your research proposal. So if you have sent them an email without a research proposal, or if you have sent them an email when your research proposal is not ready, that might reflect badly on you as a potential supervisee or as a potential candidate for their PhD program. So make sure that your research proposal is ready before you can reach out to your supervisor. So based on that, the next question that we are going to focus on is on the research proposal. Like, what specific tips do you have for writing a winning research proposal for university admission and scholarship?
Okay. Before I address that, Julius, I would also want to add that when you are applying, when you are sending your documents direct to the mass office, you also need to indicate that supervisor so and so has agreed to supervise my work. So you need to agree with your potential supervisor first before you apply to the mass scholarship. Before you
Yeah,
send your documents to the mass office, you need to agree with your supervisor to supervise your work.
yes. And they also need to write you something, right? Like an email or a letter to confirm that they will supervise your work.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the specific tips uh, for writing a winning research proposal are that, from my experience, the research proposal is the foundation of a successful PhD application. My first piece of advice to the prospective students who want to start a PhD uh, is that no work is in isolation. Seek guidance from experienced researchers, supervisors, mentors who understand what makes a proposal competitive. Having someone help you map out bankable proposal that can make a significant difference. You don't need to work in isolation, because the proposal is the foundation of a successful PhD application. So a strong PhD proposal should address clear and relevant research problem, demonstrate a gap in existing knowledge, present clear research objectives and research questions, include an appropriate and realistic and workable methodology, show the significance and the potential impact of the research. Then, of course, align the expertise of your intended supervisor. You have to align with the expertise of your intended supervisor. A well-written proposal does more than secure admission. It demonstrates that you are prepared to undertake doctoral level research.
Thank you for those insights. Before I summarize what he just said about the research proposal, let me check if there are questions. There's a strange question on the comments. Any amount of money you paid to be awarded the scholarship?
No, you don't need to pay anyone for you to be awarded a mass scholarship. You don't need to pay anyone.
No.
The only money you can spend is the money maybe for accommodation, the money maybe for sending your documents via courier, like FedEx, through FedEx or DHL. That's the only money you need for a mass scholarship application.
Yeah. The other one is the application fee that is paid to the university.
Yeah. But if you secure the scholarship, that money will be reimbursed.
Yes, it will
Yes.
be refunded. And then the other one that you have to pay is your flight when you come, but it will also be reimbursed when you get the
Yeah, that's
scholarship.
true.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to pay anyone to secure the
There's
scholarship.
no middleman. There's no middleman.
No.
You don't need to pay anyone.
No.
Mm.
And then there's another question. It says age restrictions for mass, and if one is self-sponsored, any age restrictions. Would you like to take that one, Peter, or you'd like me to respond?
Yeah, you can respond. You can respond to Julius.
Okay, this one it depends. For undergraduate, you have to be 18 years and above. I'm not sure about the age limit because I don't focus a lot on undergraduate. And for PhD, you should not have reached 40 years.
That's true.
So yeah, you should be less than 40 years. If you are self-sponsored, uh, uh, like the scholarship, you can only apply when you are not yet in Mauritius. You cannot be studying already in Mauritius and self-sponsored, and then you apply for the scholarship. It's for when you have not yet studied in Mauritius, and you apply while you are still in your home country.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I hope that's clear. Okay, so back to our question about research proposal. I hope you understood what he said is that you need to seek guidance. You cannot work in isolation when it comes to writing a winning proposal. You get mentorship from people who know how a research proposal should be written. And then secondly, you have to have a clear and a relevant research problem that you are trying to address. The other thing is that you should have a realistic and workable methodology, and also it should align with the interest of your
Supervised.
supervisors. Yeah, right. So that is that on the research proposal. Unless you have any questions on what Peter shared regarding the research proposal, for now I'll move to the next question. If you have any question, just put them in the chat. I will get back to the comments. So next question is, how does the doctoral research environment in Mauritius compare to what you expected?
Uh, the experience has been very positive.
Okay.
I expected a research intensive environment, and Mauritius has certainly met those expectations. The university encourages independent thinking while including experienced supervisors.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the multicultural academic community where students from different countries share ideas and perspectives. You know what? This diversity enriches both academic and discussions and personal growth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Anything else, or it's okay?
yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, just to add on what he said about independent thinking, with the PhD, yeah, you have to work independently. You will not rely heavily on your supervisors. Your supervisors are there to guide you, to guide your work, but the bulk of the work, or the majority of the work, is done by you. You will have
Yeah,
to come up with ideas of what you want to do for your research, what you want to implement. You will have to work alone. You have to push yourself in order to complete your studies, because every month we have to submit a progress report. So if you're not going to motivate yourself to work or to do something for that particular month, then you will have problems with the ministry. So that is how much independent the work is here. And then multicultural, yeah, it's correct. It is there's a diverse student population. There are students from different areas. Personally, I have not experienced a lot of interactions with students because I didn't have any classes, so I didn't meet a lot of students. I don't know about you, Peter. Did you attend any classes? Did you meet a lot of students at the university?
yeah. I sometimes I'm sometimes attend classes. You know, my supervisor is also having some students, undergrad students. So she usually invite me to attend some classes. And also we are doing SP, the new PhD policy. You have to take taught modules, quantitative, qualitative. So we have different PhD students from different countries.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we sometimes meet and discuss.
Okay, okay. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. The next one is what are the biggest challenges international PhD students face here, and how do you overcome them?
Uh, Let me say every PhD journey comes with the challenges. Some of the
So
common challenges.
okay, sorry to interrupt you, Peter. There are some questions that relate to the previous question. Can I show them?
Okay, okay, no worries.
Are the classes physical or virtual?
Uh, the taught modules,
Yeah.
they are online.
Okay.
They are
Okay.
100% online.
Okay. Are they
Yeah,
afternoon, morning, or they're all evening?
all evening.
Okay.
You know what? We are a class or cohort includes the Mauritian students. So
Okay.
most of the Mauritian PhD students, they are employed.
Mm-hmm.
So the courses,
They
the
work during the
classes,
day.
they
Yeah.
normally held to maybe starting from 5 p.m.
Okay.
5
Okay.
p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other one says, is there part-time study where you guys are pursuing your studies? I want to apply for DBA at UTM on a long distance basis.
DBA,
Yeah, Doctor of Business Administration.
does that is self-funding or massive scholarship?
I'm not sure, but if it's mass scholarship, you will not do it on a long distance basis. It's full time. You will have to be here in Mauritius. If you are planning to do it self-sponsored, I don't know about long distance basis. Do you know that? Do you know about that, Peter?
No, there are no online learning
For
at
doctoral
University of Mauritius.
programs,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You
No,
mustn't. You must be one full time. If you are an international student, you must be full time
full time, yeah.
student. Yes,
And then if you are local, then you can do part. Is it part time? Yeah,
it's part time. It's part
yeah,
time.
part time. But
Yeah.
long distance, I don't think there is that
No,
option
no,
currently.
no,
No,
no part time
no,
for international students.
yeah, no long distance either.
Yes.
I haven't seen anyone do long distance here. Yeah, because there are some meetings that we have to attend. Like tomorrow, we have a meeting, right? With the head
Yeah.
of the
Tomorrow we
doctoral
have a
school.
meeting.
There are some
Yeah.
meetings that you have to
You need to
attend. There are
attend.
some workshops that you have to attend in person. So
Yeah.
I think distance might not work well.
Yeah. Because attending workshops, webinars, doctoral colloquium is part of the PhD
Yeah,
requirement. So how are you
yeah,
going to attend those workshops, those doctoral colloquiums and webinars if you are not in
yeah,
Mauritius?
yeah.
Yeah.
That becomes a challenge. Okay, let's go back to the question about the challenges and how you overcome them.
Um, Adjusting to a new academic culture
Okay.
was one of my biggest challenge. Managing time effectively, you know, time difference in Mauritius, it's like the time here is flying.
Yeah.
Time always flying here. This side we are 2 hours ahead from home, so time is always flying. It has been a struggle for me to catch up in my past year, but I'm
Yeah.
now adjusting now.
Okay.
Maintaining motivation, during long research projects, learning less sometimes is
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
biggest challenge. You,
Yeah.
you spend the rest of 2 weeks
Alone.
alone in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting your supervisors online, no one to talk
Online.
to.
No. Yeah. That's
Language
very true.
barrier. Yeah,
Mm.
balancing research, publication, and personal life. Hey, so many challenges. Being away from family and familiar support systems. Ah,
it's it's challenging. How do you overcome?
this challenge by maintaining a structured work schedule. I structured my work schedule, communicating regularly with my supervisor, setting realistic research goals, and connecting with the fellow postgraduate students for academic and emotional support.
Inspiration and motivation.
Mm. And I
Um,
also remind myself that a PhD is a marathon, not a sprint. Hey, you need to adjust. Don't rush.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Uh, would you like to add anything else?
yeah. I think you can add on that side.
I I wanted to comment on the motivation part. It's very difficult sometimes. You lack motivation. Like right now, I am on the last lap of my PhD, and I have been
Mm,
struggling with motivation. Sometimes you get feedback, you get brutal feedback from supervisors, and that demoralizes you.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
common. Yeah.
yeah, I submitted my work sometime last week, and I got feedback by the end of the week. When I saw the comments, I was like, I will not do anything this weekend. I was so I was so
No, you can
demoralized.
do it. You can do it. You can do it. Don't worry.
I've decided to wait for tomorrow's meeting. Maybe I will get motivated
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow's meeting, I think, is
and,
gonna
and until
be
tomorrow,
positive.
I'm not going to do anything because I was so discouraged by the feedback that I just decided, you know what, I am not going to do anything this weekend. So yeah, there is a challenge with motivation. Like
PhD
I
is not.
mentioned, it's independent work. You have to work by yourself, so you have to find it within yourself to
That's true.
motivate yourself to do the work. Yeah, did you want to say something, Peter? Sorry for that.
No, I'm just agreeing to what you are saying. PhD is a lot of challenges, but you
Yeah,
need to motivate. The first thing is to motivate yourself,
yeah,
because no
yeah.
one will motivate you.
No,
So you
no,
need
no, 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 no.
to motivate yourself. Now I can make it. I can make
Mm,
it. Let me keep on trying. There are a lot
There
of
are,
pitfalls in PhD. There are a lot of
yeah,
pitfalls.
there are a
Yeah, a
lot
lot
of
of
them.
unknowns.
There are a lot of them. And then the other thing I wanted to add about the challenges is that sometimes some things are beyond your control,
Yeah,
especially if your work is connected to other people, if you need assistance from other people, like for example, research ethics. That is beyond your control. You cannot give yourself research ethics. You have to apply and wait. That can take long, and that can affect your work, and that also can prolong your work. So these are some of the things that you'll have to deal with when you are
yeah,
when you are
that's
doing
true.
your PhD. Any comments from the audience? Are you still there? Any questions? Any comments? I'm going to move to the next question while we still wait for the comments there. So, how is the relationship between PhD students and supervisors handled in Mauritian universities?
From my experience, the relationship is professional, collaborative, and supportive. Um, some supervisors expect students to take ownership of their research while guiding the process. Like Julia said, you do all the donk work. The supervisor is there to maybe to give you 25%. The rest is upon
It's
you.
on you.
Yeah, it's
25
you.
is even too much.
At 25 isn't too much. Maybe it's for high school.
Yeah, 25 is too much. Maybe
Yeah,
10%.
25 is too much. Supervisors, they just guide you. You do the don't work alone. So, regular meetings, constructive feedback, and open communication are essential. I encourage prospective students to establish clear communication with their supervisors from the very beginning and to remain receptive to feedback.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
can say.
yeah. Um, on the clear communication, I have two supervisors. I don't know about you, Peter. I don't know
Yeah,
if you.
I have
I,
two supervisors.
I have two supervisors. So what I did was the first time I came here was to tell them I'm going to create a WhatsApp group. So I created a WhatsApp group and I added both of them in the WhatsApp group so that I am not communicating separately with each
Yeah, yeah,
supervisor
yeah.
and getting different confusing opinions. So if you have two supervisors, it would be best to create a WhatsApp group, agree with them to create a WhatsApp group, add both of them, whatever that you need an opinion on or guidance on, you ask them on the group and then you both agree on the group. Of course, you still have to do official communication via email. I'm referring to things that just need a quick response. If you can have them in the same WhatsApp group, that would be good for you because there are two different people, they have varying opinions. So if you chat with this one and you chat with this one on separate chat, that will be very confusing and very frustrating for you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah, yeah.
Peter,
Um, what is the question? On the
on the
challenges,
yeah,
you mentioned loneliness and lack of support structures. Are you guys not allowed to bring your family? Um, I can say that the visa you get from the immigration through the mass scholarship does not include your family.
yeah,
Yeah, you remember last time when we had a meeting or a social gathering, the minister said they're still working on it so
yeah,
that you guys you can bring your family
your
to
family.
Mauritius. So it's something that is still being discussed upon. I don't think
Okay.
you are allowed to bring your family. If you are a boy, if you are a boy, you you are allowed to invite your
Your
your your,
girlfriend.
your girlfriend under a tourist visa
Yeah, yeah,
for three
yeah,
months.
yeah.
For 3 months,
um
yeah.
yeah, like he said, the student permit doesn't necessarily allow you to let me not say student permit, but the scholarship, because I'm not sure about the student permit regulations. The permit and scholarship are two different things. The scholarship, of course, doesn't support your family. If you decide to bring your family, that will be on your own. That will not be covered by the scholarship. Some scholarships do cover dependents, but this
Yeah,
particular one doesn't cover dependents. It only covers you. So if you decide to bring your family here, it will be on your own. Maybe they
on your
come
own, yeah.
or yeah, maybe they come on a tourist visa. But
Mm.
I don't know how it works with student permits. I have my son here with me, but he is on his father's permit. His father is not a student. So if you have a dependent, they are added to your permit, and of course you have to pay that. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, um, that permit for dependent is very expensive. I think the father paid $400 around. So you have per dependent, you will have to pay per dependent if you want them to stay beyond the tourist stay, because tourist is 90 days. After 90 days, you will need a longer term permit for your dependent. So I'm not sure if for the student permit, if you can add your dependent on the student permit. That one, I'm not sure about that one. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but you
yeah.
are allowed to bring your family. They can come and visit.
Yeah, you can come and visit. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. Unless maybe you are referring to living with them long term. For that one, I'm not sure if you can add dependence to your student permit. That's something that
No,
I've never
no,
checked.
you
I
can't.
don't know. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You mentioned clear communication with supervisors. Is there anything else that you had mentioned I might have missed, Peter?
Um, Clear communication with the supervisors
Yeah,
from the beginning. I'm referring
yeah,
to our the prospective PhD students.
yeah.
You must have a clear communication from the beginning,
Okay,
uh,
yes. Ah, yeah,
the reception to the feedback.
yeah. Ah,
If the
yes.
supervisor say revise this, you need to pay particular attention to that.
I'm laughing because I struggled to receive feedback, especially on my first year, during my first year. But the first time I received feedback, I was completely down. I was thrown off. I think I took 2 weeks to process the feedback and get back to work. It's very difficult to receive feedback because you know they critique your work. Sometimes you put in a lot of work and you tell yourself that you have produced a masterpiece, only for the supervisors to tear it down completely and give you 100 comments. So that can be demoralizing. So you should be ready and open to receiving feedback. It's not just feedback from your supervisors, even feedback from reviewers, and reviewers can be
Yeah,
more
yeah.
brutal
Hey,
than supervisors.
reviewers, hey.
Yeah, and also feedback goes beyond uh, the supervisors, the reviewers. You will also get feedback when you are presenting. Like this week, I will be presenting at the doctoral colloquium. I'm not sure about you. Are you presenting,
No, I'm not
Peter?
presenting.
Oh, you're not. So
I'm not,
I'll be
I'm not,
present.
yeah, I'm not presenting.
You skip this one.
I just want me, I'm only focusing on meeting the minimum requirement of PhD.
Okay, so I will be presenting this week, and I know some people are going to question my work, and it can be difficult to hear that. It can be difficult to receive feedback that is challenging what you have done. So you should be ready. You should have a thick skin when you are coming to do your
Yeah,
PhD.
yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
can
yeah,
squeeze you.
yeah, they can just crush you and make you feel
Yeah,
small.
yeah, 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 yeah. But you must be focused. Don't
Yeah,
lose hope.
yeah,
Mm.
just take the feedback as take it positively, because it does improve your work.
Yeah,
Of course, when it comes, it's difficult to receive it, but when you look back, when you reflect on the feedback, you realize that it actually improves your work.
that's true.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
I think, yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
we move to the next one. So the other one is first of all, I want to congratulate you on your 5 publications. I mean, the publication process is not a joke. I'm very
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
impressed
yeah,
that
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm very impressed that you managed to publish 5 articles. So, how did you identify the right journal for your work? Can you just share with us your experience with the past 5 publications?
Okay. Selecting the right journal. But let me say to our prospective PhD students, publication is one of the major requirement for PhD. You cannot graduate if you do not have a publication.
Yeah.
You remember last time we had a meeting there, there was a guy who defended his thesis, but he
But
had
no
no publication.
publication. I remember him, but he could not graduate. He was still
You could not
expected to.
graduate.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't
one
I
of
don't know
the
if he has
requirements.
published yet or not. Has he published or
Yes.
he's still waiting?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
I hope he
not
has
in touch
published.
with him. I
Yeah,
hope he
okay.
published or he
And
is still
graduated.
struggling.
Yeah.
So it's a requirement. So it's something that you need to um, prioritize. So selecting the right journal requires a careful consideration. According to our regulation, the policy regulation, we need to have at least how many, Julius? Two publications.
Three publications. I think it depends on direct PhD or MPhil PhD. But for MPhil, I was required to publish. I published, and then for PhD, I am also required to publish, and I've already published. So far, I have two publications.
So yeah. So it also applies to direct PhD,
Okay.
Q1 or Q2 journals.
Yeah.
So how do you select these journals? Myself, I looked at the journal's scope and aim, whether it is made with my research. Previously published articles, then the target audience, indexing and reputation, author guidelines, review timelines, rather than simply aiming for a high impact journal. I focused on finding the journal that was the best fit for my research. For all uh, those
The
five publications that I did,
publications.
yeah. I chose the best journal that fit with my research.
Okay. On that one, did you pay any publication fees? How did you manage to publish, especially the one that you published during your PhD? How did you go about the publication fees?
I paid. I paid.
Yeah.
Normally,
From your pocket, right?
from my own
I, I,
pocket.
I I
The
want us to
university,
I want us to clarify that from his own pocket, even
yeah,
myself.
I paid from my own pocket. The university does not give you any single cent for publications. The scholarship does not give you any cent towards publication.
Yeah.
So you
And
need to 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 either pump out from your pocket or to look for
free
a
ones.
free journals.
And they're hard to find.
They are hard to find.
And they
But
can be
in
predators.
my own case, these days I'm very lucky that my two I had another two journals which were accepted
Okay.
in the past 2 weeks
Publications.
for
2 weeks. Okay. For free.
for
Oh,
free.
nice. Nice.
Yeah. So it's a matter of playing on the internet, looking for journals without APC,
Mm-hmm.
application processing charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um there's a question before I say something. There's a question there, Peter.
Does the university not have a list of accredited journals? No, they don't have.
You have to find the
You
journal
have to
for
find on your
yourself.
own, maybe
Yeah.
with the help of your supervisor.
Yeah. You have to
The supervisor
identify
can help
journals.
you
Yeah.
because since you are doing the same research interest, the supervisor can help you with the different journals to to get your work published.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. You have to identify the journals yourself. He mentioned scope and aim. It's very important to find journals that align with your work, because if you just pick a journal just randomly, you will face rejection, and that wastes a lot of time, because you can only submit to one journal at a time. So you have to submit to a journal and then wait for a feedback. So if it's not aligned, then you get rejected. And with submitting manuscript, each journal has its own requirements and its own format. So each time you submit to a journal, you have to format your manuscript to fit the requirements of that particular journal. It can be time consuming to 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 be formatting and reformatting your manuscript to meet a specific journal. I find that tedious. If I'm being honest, publication is my least favorite thing to do in the PhD process because of the formatting and reformatting.
Yeah. Publication is
Ah,
the
it's
hardest thing I
oh my.
have encountered.
And
Publication, reviewers, they give you comments that you never like.
and you also get rejected. You should be ready for rejection. There
Desk
is
rejection is
yeah.
one of the common thing in publication,
And
especially if you do not choose the journal with the aim and scope that align with your manuscript.
yeah.
It will suffer a desk rejection. The
And that
first
just
rejection,
rejection is so painful, because sometimes they don't even, I feel like sometimes they don't even read. They just see your title and your aim, and then the editor just decides, this is not for us.
yeah, this is not for us. It doesn't fit with our aim and scope of the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another question.
So how does one avoid publishing in a predatory journal? There is this I think on the website, if you go on Google, you type Skimago. Skimago, you just write a journal which you intend to publish with. If that journal is found on Skimago, it means that it's not a predatory journal.
I am on mute. How do you spell Skimago?
Skimago, S
Uh-huh.
C
S-C-I-M-A-G-O.
I M A G O.
Simago.
Skimago.
M-A-G-O. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Skimago journal rankings, what. Then you type the name or the name of your journal. You click. If you find the journal on Skimago, that journal is not a predator.
Okay.
Yeah. What is that you look for when selecting a journal apart from aligning? APC, you
Yeah,
are a student, you are a PhD student. Um, you are a PhD student under mass scholarship. You cannot afford to pay money for publication. So you have to consider if you can be able
afford.
to pay or not.
Yeah.
Because some
Because
of the journals at
it's very
Price
expensive.
Direct
So
are very expensive.
sometimes
Some
it's
they
like
thousand
$2,500 US
US.
dollars. Yeah.
Yes, it's a substantial amount of money. As
It's
a
a lot
PhD
of
student
money.
or a student, you cannot afford.
the university will not pay you for that, and then
Yes,
the scholarship also doesn't cover. Of course, the scholarship they have, it's on a first come first serve basis. They have, it comes once a year where they open applications to get publication funding, but it's not a lot. It's like 12,000 rupees, I think, and it's competitive because it includes locals and international students. It's on a first come first serve basis, and
that's
even if
true.
you, yeah, even if you get it, 12,000 is not really enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's okay on publication. I'm going to move. We have two more questions and then we'll be done with the session. This is, does the university provide specific support for students looking to publish their research? I think we have addressed this one. No.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
addressed this one. The university
Okay.
encourages research dissemination and provides support through
Yeah.
supervisors. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question is what advice do you have for PhD students struggling to balance research with writing for publication?
Um, I can say writing should not be postponed until your research is complete. Develop a habit of writing consistently throughout your PhD journey.
Yeah.
Even writing a few hundred words each day can make a significant difference over time. Break your work into manageable milestones. Keep organized records of your literature review and data, and seek feedback early rather than waiting until you think your manuscript is perfect.
It can never be
Most
perfect. Yeah.
importantly, uh, remember that publication is part of PhD journey, not something that happens after the PhD is finished.
No.
You never graduate if you do not have
A
a publication,
publication. Two publications.
two publications. And those publications should be in the dictates of the policy. You don't just publish for the sake of publication. You need to follow the policies of the university on publication. If it is Q1, Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4, I think the university will address on that one. There's a new policy on publication.
Yeah.
I think they just want to relax the policy on publication. I heard the doctors and chiefs saying maybe they want to extend to Q4
Ah, okay.
to Q4 journal. That's the
Yeah, because Q1,
mm,
Q2, it's challenging and some of them are expensive. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe the
They're very
university
expensive.
needs to be realistic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
want to be realistic on that.
All right. Thank you so much, Peter. Any last questions or comments for him before we close the session? This is your last chance to ask any question you have, not necessarily about publication, but about what we have discussed so far about PhD in Mauritius. While we wait for questions or comments, any last words, Peter?
Um, to everyone aspiring to study under the Mauritius Africa Scholarship Scheme, I encourage you to prepare thoroughly and believe in your potential. A scholarship application is much more than submitting documents. It is about demonstrating that you have clear research, vision, and the ability to contribute to your field. Finally, be persistent. Rejections and challenges are part of academic journey, but with preparation, resilience, uh, and the right mentorship. I
Yeah.
want to repeat on this, the right mentorship. Uh, opportunities like mass scholarship are achievable.
Yeah.
I wish every prospective applicant the best in their academic journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Peter, for your time. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience. I hope it has helped a potential PhD applicant or PhD student to know what to expect when you come to Mauritius to do your PhD. So I'm going to close the session because there are no any other comments or questions in the comment section. If you do think of something, you can always come back and comment in the video. I will try to respond to your questions. Unfortunately, after the session, Peter will not be available to address your questions. I'll try to respond to your comments. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.